Wakisema one term tunawaambia nini? Tunawaambia nini? Tunawaambia nini? Ati Kisumu mnawaambiaje?
This is Kisumu, and for sure I can tell you Kenyans are tired. Politicians in our country are so used to deceiving Kenyans, but right now Kenyans are facing them directly and telling them that we as the people of this country are tired of your lies, tired of your bad leadership. So you see, one thing about Ruto is a man who thought that he is going to use all these ukora to just get re-elected and continue doing what he is doing. But he is finding out that Kenyans are a very different people. Kenyans are now understanding what it means to have an accountable government, to have a good government, because Kenyans are seeing in other countries leaders who are working for their people. This is what is happening in their lives, that they are having things running smoothly, things are flowing in their lives. But when it comes to Kenyans, we are just in a mess. We are just in a mess. Not education sector is going down. We have health sector is going down. Things are just not moving. Things are not just working. People in the private sector, in business sector, are crying. But these politicians thought that we will be disappearing and coming back with our money and bribe these people and we get their votes. But from this message from Kenyans, this is a strong message from Kenyans to Ruto, that we are so tired with you. And no matter the amount of money you are willing to splash on us, we are not buying it. Enough is enough. And I like this spirit. This is the spirit that all Kenyans should have. Despite your ethnic, despite your religion, despite your age, this is the spirit that we want as the people of this country. If you really love this country, if you really adore this country, if you really want the best for this country, you must by now understand that the current regime cannot take us anywhere. This is an open book. You don't need to be a magician or a scientist to tell yourself, to understand that these people cannot take us anywhere. As we speak right now, while we have patients dying in hospital, we're getting reports that billions of shillings are being stolen from SHA. Does it even make sense? Imagine people who have no limits, people who think that they can steal anything, they can steal from any sector. Even the sensitive sector like health sector, a sector that people are like, nah, we cannot dare touch that. Let's have limits on that. They're stealing from health sector. Look at what the mess that is currently happening in our education sector. Parents are crying. They're saying that it is better we go back to 844. It's not that the CBC is bad. It is not that the CBC is that bad. No, it is not. It is just that its implementation is the problem. If this thing Ingepata could get someone who really understand how to run things out, I think that people could be embracing this new system. But you see, the problem is all these sectors are run by incompetent people who don't know what to do, who don't know how to solve problems, how to tackle issues. They are not. They're just there to ensure that they get their salary, they move up and down, making money, cutting deals, stealing some. That's what they know to do. And to make the matter worse, the president is not interested. I am telling you, if the president of this country, if Ruto was really indeed loving this country, the mess we're witnessing in our country right now could not be happening. Could not be happening. But Ruto is so disinterested. All he cares about is him making money. Whether Kenyans suffer, whether Kenyans are going through difficulties, he doesn't care about that. That's why he feels that it is good to continue bribing people. It feels like we as the people of this country don't need good schools, don't need hospitals with medicine and doctors and nurses. It feels like we don't need that. It feels like what we need is 5,000 Kenyan shillings bribe. That's what Ruto feels that we want. We as Kenyans, we already said this, or some of us Kenyans have already said this. We don't care who is the president. We don't care which tribes he comes from, which community he comes from, whether he's from a rich family, she's from a poor family, and we don't care about that. We've made it clear we don't care about that. We just want a president who will make the system work for all Kenyans. That is the only thing we've been begging. That's the only thing we've been praying for. Even Ruto, as we even tell him he needs to go home, it's not that we are telling him because we have some personal issues with him. No. We are not personal in this matter. We're just telling him that we are tired of you and we see no hope in you. And the best thing for you to do is to leave everything and just go home. That is the best favor you can do to us as Kenyans. Just do that. It is not personal. It's not that we don't like Ruto or we criticize Ruto because he comes from a Kalenjin community, or he is just a son of a peasant, the way he calls himself, that he once was a kuku, was a chicken seller and some. No. We don't care about that. It's just that the way he runs things in this country is not pleasing us. And the way he does things in this country, as Kenyans, as people of this country, we see that we are not going nowhere with his kind of leadership. Because Ruto is embracing corruption. Every day money is lost, every day. And this time around, we are not talking about millions of shillings. We are talking about billions of shillings. Then no longer, when Ruto came in, the appetite of these individuals became so high, went high, to a point that they feel like stealing millions. We cannot dare do that. Millions of shillings is not enough. They need billions of shillings to feel okay. And Ruto is watching them. Ruto, a man who said that, promised us that he is going to fight corruption. Billions of shillings are stolen from every sector. They're not sparing any sector. Money, billions of shillings, is just vanishing just like that. But this is the same Ruto wants us to vote for him again. To do what exactly? This is the question that I've been asking myself and I've been asking you people. Ruto wants, okay, you're telling us that we should give Ruto a second term. Now tell me, Ruto wants a second term. To do what? To do what? Ruto is a politician. He's so good in politics. But the current problem we have in our country is economical problem. And this, Ruto has proven to us that he cannot handle this. We want a person who will come in and find a solution to our problem, which is economical problem. Politicians will not do that. And this is what we are realizing as the people of this country. So Ruto should not think that the bribe that is coming is planning to give us that we will succumb to it. No. Kenyans are very different people. They have learned a very difficult lesson. The way we are trying just to make the ends meet, every day is a struggle. We are learning from this experience. We are now understanding that having a good system, having a president who works for his people is the best thing a country can have. But Ruto has proven to us that bad leadership goes down and it affects everyone. Whether you voted for that person or not, whether you're a middle class or not, whether you're a middle class or not, whether you have your money here, it's going to affect you in one way or another. Business people are struggling. See, the other day we were talking about Harriet Akinyi, who took to TikTok to cry how he has invested in over, was it 300,000 Kenyan shillings? And she couldn't stand watching his money draining just like that. And you know, it is a food industry. A food industry is something that people have been saying that cannot go wrong in the food industry because we have to eat every day. But even them are struggling because Kenyans feel like, why should I go spend 100 bob eating lunch while I have a family of 2 back home. Why don't I just changa this and just push life? Because going now to eat in a restaurant for Kenyans is like a leisure thing. It's like you really need to have a good money for you to just to get to take lunch from a restaurant. It now feels like you really need to have money for you to do that. Otherwise, you just have to understand that this 50 bob, I can keep it and just ensure that maybe I get milk here and there, and maybe 2 bananas for my family. This is the kind of lives Kenyans are living. But this is not life. This is not what we want. It cannot be. We are still going through the same struggles that our great-grandparents went through. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense that a generation goes through the same struggles. 50 years later, 30 years later, 20 years later. No. Something is wrong somewhere. So I like the fact that the Luos have reminded President William Ruto that despite you making that Kisumu is now your new base, coming here and there whenever you want, and trying to court us to vote for you, we know the struggles you are going through in our daily lives. This was a very strong message. But will he even take it? I doubt, because you are dealing with a man who doesn't care, who doesn't love this country, who doesn't love the people of this nation, who doesn't love the people of this country. All he cares about is his interest and how he's going to get more and more and more. This is really dangerous for a country. Allow me to end it here today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.